Hello again, Broncos country.
Really excited to chop up some Broncos with you all this week.
Bourbon, Broncos, and no BS.
Orange
It is that time, your favorite time of the week. We're not for the Raiders, Chargers, or Chiefs. So grab your brews and your fantasy league. We got that blue and orange blood that you bleed. Like Lindsay, Sutton, and Judy. We are the Mile High Broncos country.
Orange Weekly, fans, brews, and Broncos news. What is up, Broncos country? My name is Kev Dan, and welcome to the Pregame Huddle. The Broncos are in Las Vegas for the first time ever today to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. So lots of good stuff coming up. Hopefully we got a really good game, a bounce back game after the embarrassing loss against the Falcons. At least it's embarrassing for us because our own Matt is a Falcons fan, which don't ask me why. Post your comments, post your questions, post your score predictions. If you post your score predictions, you're going to be entered into a prize drawing that will happen later on this year. Of course, the Broncos have to win. You have to pick the Broncos to win. And then if you guess the correct score for today's game, you will automatically win some Broncos swag. So glad you're all here with me. Hit that share button and let's talk some Broncos. So Troy, welcome here. Andrea is in Vegas. Obviously, hopefully you would have been able to go to the game if they have fans, which that's got to suck to have a brand new stadium and they don't have fans in it. Man. Jeremy, how you doing? Tool, I'm not going to try to pronounce your whole thing. How you doing? Robert, what's up, everyone? So again, start posting your score predictions. Looking at the inactives reports, guys, both teams are fairly healthy. Obviously, the big one for us, Shelby Harris is out after testing positive this last week for COVID. So we're hoping he'll come back next week, obviously, but that's probably the biggest thing on offense. So it looks like we got Bryce Callahan back there. We got Jerry Jeudy. I know he was kind of maybe questionable this last week. All of them are back, so both teams are looking pretty healthy, so maybe that'll help out for sure. Jeremy, yes, let's go. So one of the big things that obviously we're looking for is the offense to hopefully show up at some point during the first half of the game. That's been quite the issue moving, over the last couple of weeks is the offense really kind of gets going maybe halfway through the third quarter, fourth quarter. And obviously it worked against the Chargers a couple weeks ago, but it just was not enough last week. So, it's something that the team is obviously very focused on. But with this young offense, hopefully today will be the day that things kind of click together. Jeremy is guessing 27-10. I'll give my score prediction here at the end of the game. Dolores, how you doing? Barb is saying 28-24, high scoring game from a couple of you guys, except for Jeremy, who thinks Raiders will do not so great against our defense. That is one of the strong points of this team here is the Broncos defense. Obviously with Shelby Harris not being there today, that's going to suck. Is what it is. We didn't have him last week either. But it looks like our secondary is pretty healthy compared to last week. So hopefully, things will really bounce back in that regard. The run game, and Tracy, how you doing? Let's see. You thinking 20-17 Broncos? I like it. I like it a lot. Robert, do you think our special teams cannot suck today? That is, man, I don't know. When you're looking at the Pro Football Focus scores, the Broncos special teams is dead last, ranked number 32nd, and there's about a 10-point differential between the 32nd ranked team, us, and the 31st ranked team. So interesting things here looking at Pro Football Focus. The Las Vegas Raiders offense is ranked like dead last in the league, where our Broncos defense is tied for the top 4 defense in the league. So you got a mismatch there. When you look at the Broncos offense, I believe they're ranked number 31 in the league. And then the Raiders defense isn't as high up. I think it's number 15 or 16 in the rankings. So there's a lot of things there. Obviously, I think the Raiders personally, I'm thinking they're going to rely on their run game a lot. And that's going to really put a lot of pressure on the defensive line to stop that. I think if you get Derek Carr to have to throw, I think that's where you're really going to see our secondary step up and get those stops. So Robert, big thing there is I hope we don't have to rely on special teams, because if that's the case, man, I don't know what to tell you. Marcus, 21-17 Broncos. Glad you're here, man. Everyone keep posting your comments, questions. Glad you're all here today. I'll give you a rundown of all our shows and podcasts here in a little bit, but the big one is join us for the Halftime Hash. We are the original podcast show that does a live halftime show. So as soon as halftime starts, go get a beer, go refill your snacks, whatever it is, but go to Facebook, go to Twitter, wherever your social media is, and we will be live there to break down halftime with you guys. I'll be there with y'all for that. Donna, we need the Broncos number 30. Yes, so this has been an interesting point throughout at least the last couple of weeks, if not the season, is yes, Melvin Gordon is the guy we brought in, paying him $15 million. But we got Philip Lindsay, who has been an absolute workhorse for the Broncos the last couple of years. He's still, and you know what? I don't even want to say it. You know, Melvin Gordon has fumbles. Philip Lindsay, think about it. I don't want to jinx it because of Philip Lindsay's stat there. But yeah, so they just need to feed the ball to Philip Lindsay. Yeah, put both of them out there and maybe show some confusion or whatnot. But I think 80% of the carries, 75% of the carries need to go to Philip Lindsay. Once you get him going, man, I mean, we saw what he did the last couple of weeks. You know, he had some fantastic runs once they started feeding him the ball, and that's what exactly they need to do today. So yes, and then Don is guessing 32-27 Broncos. Let's hope we don't knock our players out, Kareem Jackson. Yeah, and you know, that's football. You know, you get some really just, I don't want to say mistakes, just some bad plays there. You know what I mean? Like, obviously it wasn't on purpose. It was just the luck of the draw. And with that, I'm just going to say welcome to the Broncos 2020 season. The latest joke I heard was we're going to rename the Broncos Stadium the ER. So hopefully we get through the game pretty healthy, considering we're walking in pretty healthy. So keep posting your score predictions, comments, questions, whatever you think about the upcoming game. And remember, if you guess today's score correctly, you will automatically win some Broncos swag from us here at Orange Weekly. Again, I told you about the halftime hash. We'll be doing that as soon as halftime begins. We'll be live throughout the entirety of halftime. But if you also want, we also got the pregame podcast. If you want to jump off maybe a little bit before the game and listen to that. We also got a post-game podcast. We got our Monday Night Orange Weekly After Dark show. It starts at 9 p.m. Mountain Time. We got our flagship show Tuesdays, Bourbon Broncos, No BS, at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. We got Ragers. If you're interested in sports betting at all, listen to the Ragers podcast. Man, he does a fantastic job just not telling you what bets he's going to take, but why he's taking them and then why he's not taking other bets and teach you along the way. So even if you're not into sports betting, he will teach you and kind of just give you an idea of what Vegas is thinking for the game and just some interesting maybe insights as to another type of pre-game show. So definitely check them out. Basically here at Orange Weekly, our saying is fans, brews, and Broncos news. Robert, yeah, welcome to the EI at Mile High. Hopefully that's not the case. Sherry, how you doing? You do something in the first quarter, then you do something in the first half in general. You just something, just anything, please, for the love of God. Just go out there and move the ball efficiently. These 3 and outs or maybe 1 first down and then punting are just absolutely killing our defense. By the time we get to the third quarter, the defense is absolutely gassed. We're in a major hole that we have to try to dig ourselves out of. It's a lot. Jose, yo, what's up, man? How you doing? Patty, Custom Broncos ornaments, I might hit you up for that. Send us a message on Facebook as well if you don't mind, and then we'll talk to you there. Renee, let's kick some Raiders ass. Hell fucking yes. We need to start strong, keep it going. And so again, you can see through these comments, this is probably the biggest thing going into this game is what are we going to see our Broncos offense do? And by the time we get to halftime, where I am live with you guys here on social media at Orange Weekly, hopefully we have a lot of good things to talk about when it comes to the offense, and we're not dissing the special teams. Those are some of the big things. When it comes to the defense, we're pretty solid there. That's not going to be a problem. But what can Drew Lock and Phillip Lindsay and all of them go out there and do in the first half on offense? Yeah, Samuel, feed Phil. I need scored touchdowns, not field goals. 28-24 Broncos. Look, do we have to get a major lead against the Raiders early on? No. Can we go down 10 to 15 points in the first quarter? No. 10 to 14 points, sorry. In the first quarter, no. We cannot allow ourselves to do that. But that involves the Broncos offense staying on the field. If we just keep getting 2 or 3 and outs in a row, yeah, we could very easily find ourselves down by 14 at the end of the first quarter, and it's probably going to make for a long day. Jose, look, that it's not mathematically impossible. There is a way to get 1 point in football, but I think I've only seen it once ever. Tracy, red zone, no field goals. Let's score some real points. Yeah. And look, you don't need to score touchdowns on every single drive, but you got to do something other than field goals. I mean, McManus is clutch. I'm super glad we have him. Super glad we paid him. But yeah, this is just a situation where we have to score points, and it's the freaking Raiders, guys. I mean, come on. If we beat any team, it's the Raiders, it's the Chargers, it's the Chiefs. I mean, we still have to play those other two one more time this season, but it's the freaking Raiders. Let's go in there and just let's embarrass them. Look, they barely beat the Chargers. I guess we can say the same thing from 2 weeks ago. But I'd like to go in there and just shut them down early on. Let's get Drew Lock doing some moves out on the field after scoring touchdown and whatnot. Robert, we got to stop the Raiders' run game. Yes, and that is the biggest threat. And you're looking at the Broncos' run defense. I'm going to have to pull it up here. The Broncos' run defense is very good when it comes to the Pro Football Focus rankings. And that's where, again, if we can stop the Bronco or the Raiders' run game, we're going to be looking incredibly good. So looking here at the run defense, the Broncos is tied at number 4. And then overall defense, the Broncos are the number 3rd ranked defense in the league. Whereas the Raiders defense is, at the very bottom, 32nd. So look, if the Raiders defense is ranked 32nd in the league, there is no reason for our offense to go out there and not do anything other than you've seen through the season. The Broncos are ranked number 31 in offense, but this is the game. If you can't go out there and put some points up against the worst defense in the league, I don't know what to tell you, but I think it's going to come down to stopping Jacobs, because that is the main threat. That is the Gruden team there. It's his style of football. It's a major heavy run game, and then you got Derek Carr back there to basically just wait for the defense and wait for the cornerbacks and safeties to move up a little bit, and that's where they're going to strike you with those passes and deep throws. So. You got to be with it. You got to be ready. You got to stop the run game. And then when you do that, anticipate Derek Carr to throw. And that's where we can hopefully make some plays, get some turnovers, at least stop them from getting points or touchdowns, and set our offense up with an opportunity to at least stay in the game, be competitive, and put some points up on the board. Let's take their home for sure. I mean, is it really their home? I mean, they just moved there. There's no fans. I mean, the Raiders suck in general. Yeah, let's take it over, though. I'm all for that. Okay, keep posting your score predictions, everyone. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Centennial State Insurance Agency. These guys are fantastic. They have a ton of 5-star reviews on Google. It's a smaller insurance agency, but with that, you're going to get that personalized one-on-one care and interaction from them. You will have a dedicated insurance agent so that, God forbid, if you ever need anything, or even if you just have questions, you will have somebody that is there to help you. You're not going to be waiting on hold for 30 minutes, hoping that somebody maybe in a different country will eventually answer. And at the same time, they don't really care about your situation. The people at Centennial State Insurance Agency care about you, care about your situation, they care about your family. So give them a call, 303-838-0554. Okay, score predictions. We got Anthony, 27-24. And I'm sensing a theme here. I'm sensing a lot of people think it's going to be a close game. And I think you're right. Is our defense going to be able to stop them all the time? No, because I think that run game is going to be just that's going to wear on them. That's going to wear them on a lot. And if our offense can go out there and put the points up on the board, that's where you're going to see us to have a real good chance at winning this game. If the offense keeps struggling early on, 3 and outs and everything, man, this is a Raiders offense that is just going to wear down our defense very quickly because it's just that run, get a first down, mostly through the ground. And man, those guys are going to be gassed before you know it. So yeah. Jose, okay, 55-3. That's a little more reasonable versus the 100-1, but I still like the enthusiasm. Jose is guessing Broncos. Daniel, 28-20 Broncos. I like it, guys. Remember, if you guess the correct score prediction here today, you will automatically win some Broncos swag. Help us out with that. We're trying to track all of these score predictions. If you know you guessed the right one, send us a message on Facebook or whatnot and remind us that we can go through and double check that pretty quickly. So help us out there. Okay, I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what you think the offense is going to do today. Not just points, but do you anticipate them to move the ball early? Do you think we're going to have the same struggles, with the first half and everything like that? Is there a specific player looking for? Me personally, I'm looking for Jerry Jeudy to really step up and have that, make some awesome catches. I think there's going to be a strong connection between Drew Lock and Noah Fant. Those are two players I'm really looking at and see what they can do. Can they get open? Can they find a way to beat this 32nd ranked defense? So this is the game to see these young players come out and really excel. While at the same time giving Philip Lindsay the vast majority of the carries. Gloria, how you doing? Glad you're here today. We are about 30 minutes away from kickoff, so I'm not going to stick around too much longer. But again, check out all our shows, check out our content, keep posting your score predictions, and I will be back here at halftime for the Broncos-Raiders game today. Okay. Philip Lindsay, Noah Fant. I don't have any of the betting lines from Raymond handy anyway. I'll see if I can pull those up. But one last week that really surprised me was Vegas had a plus or minus 36.5 over under for Philip Lindsay rushing yards. And looking at that, it was like, well, duh, of course he's going to have more than 37 rushing yards. Like, what are you even saying? And then he didn't make it. So, that's disappointing to say the least. I'm fully expecting him to get way more rush yards today. And just see what he does there. Gabriel, from Arizona, you guys have a great Broncos community down there in Arizona. So glad you're here with us today. Latasha, if I'm saying your name wrong, I'm really sorry. We need a win. Man, especially now, we're 3-5 on the season. If we go 3-6, I mean, that is so disappointing. Obviously, last week we had the opportunity to go 500, and we just couldn't take advantage of it. And that was probably the biggest disappointing thing is they had a chance to really turn the season around, get us back in the conversation of, hey, the Broncos aren't out of it. And we totally wasted it. And you can give any excuse of, yeah, we had, our secondary was beat up. We were on the road on that early Eastern time zone time slot and blah, 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 blah. This team absolutely dropped the ball, figuratively, I guess literally too often, to really get back to 500 and get us on the right foot again. Here we are at 3-5, facing the major division the Broncos rivals in general. And if you think that, here's a good question: who's the biggest Broncos rival, Raiders or Kansas City? Because I have an answer, and I want to see what you all think. This is, if you can go back to 4-5. Okay, now you have a chance against Miami, which is a very tough team, but you have a chance to get back to 5-5, going 500 so far. So, this is this is it. I mean, this is a huge game for a huge number of reasons. So who's the biggest rival, the Chiefs or the Raiders? And I want to hear your thoughts on that. Looking here at Twitter, trying to find some Ragers. If you're watching, Ray, I want to hear some of your thoughts. Let's see. Yep, no Ragers posted yet, but the podcast is out there if you guys want to go listen to that. Barb, crush the Raiders, 100%. I don't want it to be a close game. It's the fucking Raiders. Go out there and make a statement. You know what I mean? Like, jeez. Anthony, Raiders always big, 100%. And you know what? I'm just going to give my answer. Yeah, I don't care how good the Chiefs are. I don't care about the Chargers. The history between the Raiders and the Broncos goes back so far that there is not another rival even close that is as big as the Raiders. And our own David, I think it's David, thinks a little differently, but no, definitely not. Barb thinks the Raiders. Kathy, you think the Chiefs? Why is that? I'm curious. I want to know, because my thought process is that, you know, ever since the 80s when, and this was before my time, I know it was, but when the Raiders were good and the Broncos and the Raiders rivalry was just as strong as, you know, as it has been ever. But I mean, I just hate this team. I just hate every single thing about them. Maybe the Chiefs just haven't been very good until the last couple of years, so I don't really care too much about them, not compared to the Raiders anyway. So, okay, guys, we're going to hop off here soon. We got a couple other score predictions, I think, coming in, so post yours. But big thing is hit that share button, guys. Remember, we are here for you no matter what. Fans, Brews, and Broncos news is our motto, and we have fans at the top of that list for a reason. We do this all just for you guys. Here at Orange Weekly, we talk Broncos amongst each other all the time, but we are solely here to interact with you and bring you some awesome independent Broncos content that you're not going to find anywhere else. Okay, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop off, get ready for this game. We're about 20 minutes or so away from kickoff. Anthony, let's go Broncos. Glad you're all here with me today. It's going to be an awesome game. I really feel that it is, and hopefully when we're back here at halftime, we have some good news to talk about. So, hey, go grab that beer, go grab the drink. It's not too early for that. Kick back, relax, enjoy the Broncos game, and I'll see you here at halftime. Yeah, thanks, guys. Orange Weekly, we're here for you no matter what. With that, we're going to finish it, as always, with a strong Go Broncos, and, of course, beat the fucking Raiders. See you in a bit, guys.
Do what I like, yeah, I do what I like, yeah, I do what I like. Sipping goose, sip is right, and I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow, yeah, I go with the flow, cause I know I'm the show. In the zone, here I go, in the zone, here I go, in the zone, here I go.